Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In today's video I'm going to be going through the Time Travelers category. So Time Travelers, right off the bat, is a very wide-ranging category in terms of diversity. You have all of the Vegetos from the Goku Black saga, you have all of the Goku Black and Zamasu units, you have the Goku Rose units, you have the Trunks units, the Mai units, the Trunks and Mai units, you have the Vegetas, you have the Gokus, you have the Vegetos, which I've already mentioned. Obviously you have the merged Zamasu units, you have the Prime LR Goku Body Zamasu unit. There's just a ton of categories and units that you can use to take on this. Plus you even have the crossover category. Yes, you have the Super Dragon Ball Heroes units. I will probably do a separate video just showing how they perform in this SBR, since it's one of the few category SBR that they can all kind of do in their set team, which I think is really cool. So yeah, there's a ton of options to do this stage, so please don't look at this video, see my units and go, oh, I don't have this or I don't have that. I like this team sitting around 5 to 7 link levels each, except for Trunks, who's a bit higher. Trunks is my favorite character in the show, and obviously I just kind of like using him. I like using him for the content. I like seeing how he performs. So right off the bat, these SBR are decent. This agility, Trunks and Mai probably would take single digits damage from normal attacks without an item. But the Mai next then definitely wouldn't, even with her Brainiacs and her Cold Judgment being activated, she would still take too much damage. And then obviously the Trunks unit on the end is a friend unit, that's at 88% I believe. So yeah, no, well it's my one in this turn, but yeah, the other Trunks unit is an 88%, the friend lead. So yeah, in terms of this stage, I think Mai is pretty good. She's got the stun, which is very good, and then obviously you have my Trunks, 2 million damage at the back there without transforming, very good as well. Double attack, very nice. I go full additional with a mixture of crit on this Trunks, additional because he stacks attack and defense. He's more useful for long events, although he does decent damage as you can see and has decent defense in his first form. So yeah, with the link leveling update and all of that, this Trunks is really improved. He's really good. He was good before. I loved him as my favorite unit in the game. He just remains my favorite unit. There are better units from a performance point of view, but I just love his toolkit. I love the variability in the card. I love that it can do SBR, RGE. It's just one of those cards that's good, it's decent, it performs. We don't get his transformation in this video, but it would be super helpful to use. But yeah, so this first stage is pretty difficult. In all of these SBR, the fights where you're fighting like 3-4 enemies can be quite challenging, just simply due to the fact that they're going to cause you problems because they might all super attack. And that's just kind of where you stand with some of these stages. Like they all might just super attack, they all just might cause you problems. But yeah, so definitely the Time Travelers category, very diverse. You can use a whole bunch of units. I'm going to use the active skill of this Trunks and Mai. These guys are an absolute beast in this stage, especially the last stage. So this stage, like some of the others, is a bit of a hybrid of other stages plus new things. Like this has the last stage of the Future Saga one, but the first two stages are Dragon Ball Saga enemies, which is a bit interesting, a bit strange, but it's cool. I like the change up, and it also prevents you from spamming some of the similar units and strategies from the Future Saga SBR. So yeah, but yeah, so how this works is basically my Trunks is going to stay on rotation with the side Trunks. The side Trunks gives 30% attack buff on his attack, which is going to be quite helpful for obviously doing more damage. And then the other rotation is going to be the agility Trunks and Mai and the strength Trunks and Mai, along with the floating Mai and the floating Vegeta for extra support. I do hope they eventually bring out a good, solid, maybe a la standalone form, Rage Trunks or something like that. Or the easier some of the Rage Trunks is. Just to give us some more options. Instead of this Psy Trunks, you could always take the Int Trunks. The Int EZA Spirit Sword Trunks would be very, very good in this stage, especially if you've got a couple dupes in them. He pairs well with this Trunks once he transforms, so he's just a good unit to have all around. Yeah, so, but I mean, like I said, there's a large diversity in the unit you can take in this stage, so feel free to experiment and try your best. Goku Black teams work very well on the stage, so go crazy and just try your best. I would definitely say you're going to want to have at least 2 defensive walls and some stuns. I don't think the stage will go very well with just attack lowering, but yeah, definitely a stun or 2 or a seal or 2 will just help you control the fight. If it was like 2 enemies only per stage, I would say yeah, sure, go for it. But yeah, so this Trunks of Mine, like I say, just very, very impressive. The defense is very, very impressive. They greatly stack attack and defense after their super attack. So their defense is hitting like 200k or over each turn. And this Trunks of Mine next to them also just kind of get their full suite of defensive abilities activated. So yeah, we're just really sitting in a nice pretty spot with this kind of team build. As Vegeta gets his full passive activated, I've got full dupes in these guys. The the family Gallic gun units you can get with wish strips now, so it's definitely like time to have them at least with 2 dupes. They're super helpful. I use them in so many stages, so many teams. And yeah, you really don't want to, I don't want to say you don't want to, but try and get units like this that are diverse, that can be on multiple categories, that function well together or off pair, or yeah, just basically units that can really help your team builds or float out, especially as supports. They're going to be ones you're going to want to keep an eye on. But yeah, so as you can see, I put the Trunks first to try and get the attack boost for the other Trunks. Get rid of this Int unit as well. It's going to really boost up Trunks' attack. 3.4 mil. Yeah, second turn 3.4 mil. Big boy damage from a big boy card. He does have basically perfect setup here. He's got Maya support, he's got physical Trunks, super in first, and giving him full links essentially, except for like 1. But yeah, still very impressive for a card like that. It's not even max level linked to be hitting 3.4 million in the right circumstances with that exact setup. Full level linked, probably be sitting at like 3.5, 3.6. Depending on how much he's stacked beforehand. Just contemplating what to do with the active skill here. It was basically a choice between essentially eliminating this guy or doing a massive amount of damage to the other one. I just chose to get rid of this guy. It'll just kind of make the fight easier, trim the numbers, prevent, you know, random super attacks flying off everywhere. And this guy's stunned already, so really there's no point taking the risk, and you're just going to want to kind of minimize everything. I did also factor in the fact that I could possibly stun with the LR, and then I should be doing some decent damage with these guys. So they're 1.8, 3 dupes in these guys, very, very good. Yeah, as you can see, dishing out some very decent damage. I went full additionals in these guys. I know a lot of people would say it's not really suggested, but I don't know. I like their high starting defense. I like that if you get 2 attacks off of them, they could potentially be sitting at a very, very, very ridiculously high defense. I just, yeah, I don't know. I just vibe personally with that. It's not the best decision. It's not the APT optimal decision, or whatever the story is. That's what I like. So here, as you can see, similar story. I'm not putting the other Trunks first, simply because, well, yeah, he would get me in a lot of trouble. But then I switch him in anyway, because we've got double defensive reduction, so as much as, you know, it may cause issues, it's definitely something we can cope with. And you can see I'm managing my orbs here, trying really hard to not get that Dokkan attack, because I don't want the first Trunks to get it. He only does, you know, like 1.4 million or something. So I don't really want him to get the Dokkan attack. It's not going to help me clear out the enemy's 2.3 mil on that Trunks first turn. Delicious, absolutely delicious. Gets me the crit, rewards me for rewarding him. Also decently tanky. I mean, he's got double defense reduction there obviously, but his defense is good, sitting around 110, 120k on that first turn, so it's really good, especially after he super attacks. Not first turn he won't stack defense, but by the second turn and all that, he's really going to start looking with like 130, 140k defense. You can see I'm kind of contemplating what to do here in terms of who to take the Dokkan attack. I decided to go with the LR because they will output more damage, essentially, than the TUR. Contemplate whether to use another item. I decided I might as well pop a Whis. It will be double defense reduction for this turn, but I thought, why not just play it safe? The LR only has one dupe in them. Unfortunately, I haven't been blessed with another dupe in the LR. If you don't have this LR, it's at the end of the world. There's plenty time traveler saga units that you could put in there, like I say. And you could put in the time traveling Blue Vegeta, you could put in Vegito. Sai Vegito is arguably one of the highest damaging units in the game. One of the best units in the game that I don't even use in this stage. So definitely some good options you can put there to dish out some damage and just kind of replace what they do. I wouldn't say what they do, especially at 55% is particularly remarkable. So yeah, they're definitely replaceable from that aspect. But yeah, this stage, nice challenge. Didn't give me too many issues. I did clear it first time. My Future Saga team is very well equipped though. I have Rainbow Trunks, Rainbow support, Gallic Gun units from Wish Strips. I mean, I saved stones for like 9 months to Rainbow Trunks. Like I said, it's my favorite card in the game. I have the LR at 55%. I have 3 dupes in Agility Trunks and I got very lucky with that, so yeah, and they are all at 5 levels, 5, 6, 7 and link levels. Trunks has some equipment, the rest don't really have. So yeah, I would say it's a fairly optimal team, and it shows. It's not taking me too long. I'm not being too concerned about placing units. I'm trying to maximize damage, and I'm showing off Trunks a little bit, which I think he deserves. So we finish off with active skill here. I think it's a lovely way to go through the stage. So that's Time Travelers using a Trunks based team. I might do a separate video where I use a Goku Black based team, just out of interest. It won't fall into the SBR guide playlist, but it will just probably pop up on the side along with my crossover team 1, just so you guys can see the different variations and also just have a look at something else different. But yeah, cool. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers and bye.